Hi, I'm just uploading a video I made last night with these three knives. I can put these two away now, and I want to focus on this one and deal with this. And in the video that I made, which was very long-winded and you might not have to see it, I was pointing out this discoloration here in this kind of area that was obviously not ground that well, not so tidy. Something that did occur to me is that this burned area may not run very deep, because usually when you burn the steel later, that discoloration grinds out. And so maybe whatever that is just came from the very final whatever belt strop or whatever it was, the final stage that they did in here when they, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put a sharpening choil in here. Now, I don't like sharpening choils, as I pointed out in that video. You know, these kind of big sharpening choils tend to hang up on stuff when you're using the knife. But I'm going to only go in as deep as later I'm just going to grind it all out again. So here's a little diamond file. Let's set this in here properly. Okay, now that looks ugly, but that is what I was going for. I'm going to go in a little more that way, up to the plunge. Okay, good enough to move on to the next phase. So now I'm going to go to the Tormek with a 200 grit diamond wheel. I'm going to kind of grind in almost flat here, take out this little lump, and then start redoing the bevels. Meaning, and I'll be cutting in harder on this side because of this unevenness. It needs to be ironed out. What a mess. Some observations along the way. Yeah, I can't get all the way in here with the Tormek because the wheel has a kind of a rounded corner on it. I do have another file somewhere. This could be a good one to start out. I just got to get in here and take that down a little bit there. Yeah, looking a little messy, but just bashing into the plunge as well on the wheel there a little bit. But hey, it's not about the looks anymore. The reason why this bevel was so fat, and still is because the blade kicks off to the left a little bit. Not so much now, I guess. But you know what? I like that, because at the point of the final grind, I'm guessing, that the knife was put together and then the guy does the sharpening, right? So at that point, there would be two ways to do it. One is that you're aligning the apex with the blade itself and sharpening equally on both sides, at which point your blade looks nice, but when you look at it this way, it's got to bend off to the side. Or what they did here was they compensated it, which is a kind of honesty. Look, because you see the story there, although I didn't read the story correctly and I started going in on this side as well. Anyway, the profile is kind of tidying up. Maybe it looks even worse now from the camera perspective, but also been straightening things out a bit here at the tip. And I noticed this discoloration seems to be up here at the tip as well. Like they maybe just burned that little tip there just a little bit. Again, how bad that is, I don't know. I did find the file testing kit. Let's try this one. I'll go up here where I'm already scratched up. Okay, but if I go where I'm already scratched up, I can't tell whether I'm just riding the scratches or... Yeah, this is skating. This is definitely skating. Oh no, tell a lie. I think what's happened is I kind of worn out the testing file a little bit, so I have to find an area that feels pretty skatey. I don't know if we did just get a little scratch there. I think we did. Let's see how this one feels. Yeah, that's definitely biting, but it's not biting hard. So I think we might be talking around 60 Rockwell or so. Maybe a little higher even. I'm still very vague with this thing. So something that I did remember, and it's maybe worth mentioning. The better the heat treatment, the more likely you are to burn the steel. So the fact that there was this little burning going on, it's like that. Well, that looks bad. That looks like a bad review, right? This knife is no good. But what that could be telling you that they didn't use good belts, but they used a great heat treatment. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this thing's going to perform. It's getting quite thick behind the edge now, so I'm just going to have to go and grind on it quite a lot more.